Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily reading. So today we're looking at the 25th and the 26th of April. As always, please don't force the messages to fit with your situation, okay? I'm just going to tell you what is coming out of the tarot, and it's completely up to you as to whether or not you identify yourself as being that someone or if it's another person that you're dealing with, okay? Right, so a couple of reversals. The butterfly, a change for the better. It's in reverse, so this is a change that someone regrets doing. And the eye, also in reverse, psychic ability, trust in your intuition. So there's a decision here that someone has made at some point that they are now regretting, and it has been a permanent change because it's the butterfly. Obviously the butterfly cannot revert back into being the caterpillar, okay? Not that it usually wants to, but there is a strong indication there of somebody like really regretting something that they've done in the past, okay? Regretting that they're not able to go back, that they're not able to go back and fix it, okay? They didn't use their intuition, they didn't use their best judgment, and now they're realizing, okay, well, it's kind of too late. It's kind of too late. Can't go back, can't change it, okay? Wealth. Again, strange message. It doesn't seem to fit with what's going on here. This has affected this person's wealth, okay? Now, wealth, not just finances, wealth of life, quality of living, that can be wealth as well. And the sun, happiness and well-being, like I just said, okay? So I need to take a deeper dive into this energy and find out exactly what's going on. Because at the moment, it seems a little bit all over the place. I don't know if that's just me or if you guys are picking that up as well, but it feels really, really scattered, right? So what's this butterfly in reverse? It should have been a change for the better. It's almost like when someone made this decision that ultimately they now regret. At the time they were making it, they thought that they were doing the right thing. They thought it was a change for the better. Is this butterfly reversed? That can also be someone who doesn't want to change as well, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling strongly that this is regret. Someone's got strong regrets. Clarified with the Knight of Wands off center. Yeah. Acting out of haste. Someone made a decision when they were being hasty. Strangely enough, this person probably made this decision based off of the back of lust as well. Okay. It could have been sexual lust. It could have just been lusting over something that they didn't have, but really, really wanted at the time, and ended up making a horrible decision, a horrible choice. They were acting on impulse. They didn't think it through. They definitely didn't think through the consequences here, because they approached this decision with reckless abandon, okay? Didn't consider how everyone else was possibly going to be affected by this. There seems to be a lot of impatience also surrounding this particular energy. So it's like all this person thought about at the time was that instant gratification. I want it now, I want it now, I want it now, right? They didn't think of the long-term consequences, either for themselves or for everyone else potentially involved with this. This energy, it can be an individual who is very fickle, who allows other people to change their mind easily. They're definitely very impatient, easily distracted, don't have much self-control, if any at all, okay? And is definitely very quick to either anger or frustration when things don't go their way. Okay, that's the Knight of Wands off center. A lot of energy, which can be a good thing, but definitely channeled incorrectly. Certainly misguided. Sorely misguided, in fact. Okay, so it feels to me like this individual now is realizing how truly, truly misguided they were. Either they misguided themselves because they didn't listen to their own intuition, or they allowed another person to put ideas in their head and to mislead them. Okay, can you have another card for this, please? The butterfly reversed with the Knight of Wands off center. It's kind of like shoot first, ask questions later. But of course, by that time it's too late, right? Yeah, Knight of Swords, another knight. So 2 knights. This can indicate reunions with old friends, right? So I could be picking up on this energy as being one of your friends that I've literally sat here and described that is now trying to have some sort of reunion with you, because 2 knights, when they come out in quick succession like that to each other in a reading, it indicates reunions with old friends. And that certainly ties in with this past energy with the butterfly reversed. Okay, so this person regrets a decision that they made. The word reunion strongly implies that there's been a huge falling out between yourself and this person who's now sitting there regretting the past, regretting what they did to you, regretting what they put you through. Okay? There's a stark contrast between yourself and this individual as well, because it's like where this person, they don't really have much of a follow through with their plans and with their ideas. They're very hasty. They like to describe themselves as being quite sort of spontaneous and spur of the moment. They like to describe themselves as being a bit of a free spirit, when in actual fact they get themselves in a lot of trouble with this sort of carry on. Okay, they describe themselves as being a free spirit, but they're not really, because they allow other people to get in their heads, right? Remember, they're easily led and easily misled by other people. They do tend to follow the crowds. That's not someone who's a free spirit. Free spirits do not follow the crowd, right? But if they were to describe themselves, they would definitely describe themselves as being a free spirit, okay? And you're more sort of driven, ambitious, and bear in mind that's not a dirty word, okay? I don't care what the other spiritual readers say in the community, like, ambition is not a dirty word. It only becomes toxic when it's not channeled properly. But then it's like everything else, right? If it's not channeled properly, then anything can become a bit toxic, right? You're far more direct, planned out, well thought through, consistent. You're far more consistent. That's the Knight of Swords in the upright position. So if you were to describe this individual, you definitely would describe them as being your total opposite, okay? Well, this is the person that's hoping for some sort of reunion with you here. Was this Eye in the reverse for someone not listening to their intuition, please? They weren't using their discernment. What's going on with this? Okay. Page of Swords and the Fool. Yeah. They didn't seek further information, so they definitely did not use their discernment. They certainly didn't discuss anything with you when they made this decision. They just went ahead and did it anyway. It's like, regardless, like I said, no thought has gone into how you might have been affected, or who else might have been affected by this awful decision that they made. And I don't know. I don't know the exact specifics of what this awful decision is that they made. Bear in mind, I'm an intuitive reader. I'm not a psychic. I can only read the strongest overall energy, right? I don't know the exact details. What I do know is this caused huge friction between yourself and this person. Huge friction. Because why else would they be wanting to have a reunion with you, right? If there wasn't a falling out or cutting off of the communication, right? They didn't seek further knowledge with this Page of Swords. They didn't ask questions. They didn't go to the source directly, which in this instance would be you. They didn't ask you straight out. They just assumed. Made a lot of assumptions. Okay. With this Fool coming out with the Page of Swords, it tells me that you had no other option but to be accepting of this new dynamic now. Okay, definitely a new dynamic with the Fool. You had to just accept it for what it was. And hope that one day, eventually, this person was going to see the light, was going to see the truth with that Page of Swords. What's this wealth? What's this wealth? Oh, 9 of Swords. Look how that's come out. It's basically in the reversed position there. I mean, it's very off center. We're taking that as a reverse. So this one tells me that there was a long recovery process for you. A very long recovery process. Feelings of despair. You despaired at this individual. Despaired at maybe things that they were saying with that Page of Swords also. With this being in the reversed position, it indicates that you learnt to cope. And you learnt to cope very, very well. Okay. 9 of Swords reversed is a recovery. It's you releasing all the fear that was attached to, maybe you were afraid to lose this person. But something about this energy tells me that it was inevitable. It was bound to happen. It was just a matter of when and not if. Just, again, purely because of the way that they are, right? So you learnt to cope. This wealth, I feel, indicates a lot of growth and how much you have grown since this situation played out. Even if it was fairly recently, you've still grown loads through this process. Justice, yeah. Now, I'm going to take the card that was on the top of that pile because that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not lying, that's like quarter of the deck. Okay, so we're taking the top card, which is the 10 of Cups, with the Justice. So this tells me how much you've grown and improved on your own life here, right? There's also this feeling of now this person's struggling. Now this person is feeling your absence. And they're going to try, again, however you feel about this is personal for you. Some people are going to be happy about this message. Other people, definitely not so much. So take it as it resonates. But this is this individual now realizing how important it is to make things right with you. Okay? They're saying it's the single most important thing that they will ever do with this Justice and 10 of Cups. What's this Sun? 7 of Cups. Keeping options on the table. Someone's keeping their options on the table. Could be you, could be them. Feels like someone's searching for purpose as well. Definitely trying to create a life that they're happy with. There's confusion with this Seven of Cups. This person's confused. Why am I not happy? Why am I still struggling? And then they're looking at you and they're like, well, they're not struggling. They seem to be very happy. So where is it that I've gone wrong? Yeah. Page of Pentacles or the Page of Coins. There's a small offer that's coming in for you, and this does feel like an olive branch. This person is extending the olive branch out to you. They don't fully know what it is that they can expect. They don't know how you're going to react. It's still quite up in the air. Okay? They know the result that they would like to get, but whether or not they actually receive the result that they want, that's another question entirely. Okay? But they are definitely reaching out to you. It's a small offer. A small olive branch. There it is. There's the Tower. This is going to come through unexpectedly. I don't feel at all that you're expecting to hear from this person. In fact, my belief is you weren't ever expecting to hear from this person ever again for as long as you both shall live. And yet here we are. So them reaching out, contacting you and offering you an olive branch, that's going to be your Tower moment. Like, it's going to stop you in your tracks. You're going to be like, what the hell? But again, however you feel about this and however you respond to this is completely and utterly up to you. Okay, you have free will. This person has free will. They have used their free will prior on making that decision in the first place. They're now using their free will to try and undo as best they can that awful decision that they made. Now it's your turn for you to use your free will to decide what you're going to do with this situation. This under the Tower, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it is all up in the air. Balance and restructuring also with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, I feel that you're going to take a long while weighing up your options. I don't see you responding to this person immediately. I feel that you're going to leave them on red for at least a couple of days, if not for a couple of weeks, before you respond, if you decide to respond at all. But you also do have the Sun underneath that one. So either way that you respond is going to be a positive outcome for you, okay? It's important that you remember to stay firm in the truth. Not your truth, not their truth, the truth. Okay, what else? For our collective, please. Oh, I did forget to mention, so I'll really quickly mention now, that if you missed out on the bracelets competition in your monthly readings, then there's still a chance to enter. I do believe that today is the last day to enter. So here's the details for you. Otter Spirit has very generously given me these 3 beautiful bracelets to give away to 3 lucky winners. There's Green Jade, Aventurine and Citrine from their Prosperity collection. The link to Otter Spirit's website is provided below to check out their other collections. You can shop by intention, zodiac sign, or you can choose individual bracelets and create your own combinations like I did. I combined amethyst, rose quartz and moonstone for balance, intuition and love. Otter Spirit even offers a live consultation with a gem expert to help you choose the perfect healing crystals just for you. There's a 20% discount code for our viewers, and a portion of every sale is donated to help protect California's wild sea otters. All you have to do to enter the free giveaway is let me know which bracelet is your favourite in the comments below, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you'll be notified of the winners, which will be announced on my community page on the 25th of April 2025. Good luck! Okay, so what else for our collective, please? What else? Oh, that was awkward. So there might well be quite an awkward approach towards you then. Don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. Yeah, so this is going to be your opportunity to turn your life into a masterpiece. That's literally magician energy. And this tells me also that this individual is hoping to wipe the slate clean. Again, however you feel about that, it's your business, okay? I can only read the energy. I can't tell you what to do or what to think. There's a path that you're meant to be on. Trust it. It is imperative that you trust in your own best judgment, and that you lean in to the path that you're on, the path that you know is the correct one for you to take. Controversial topic. Forgiveness sets you free. It keeps you from hanging on. It keeps you from hanging on to what was never meant to be. I always say with forgiveness, it's about forgiving yourself for not have known better at the time, for you to have maybe trusted the wrong people. Self-forgiveness is first and foremost. And if you decide, do you know what, actually, this person fucked up, depending on what extent they effed up on, of course, then you can decide, and it's your personal choice. And if you do decide to forgive this person, again, that's completely up to you, right? Tarot isn't here to tell anybody what to do. It is guidance. It is a temperature check. Okay? Like I said, you have free will. And then you have intuitive ideas that you really need to act upon. So basically, make sure that you're not making the same mistake that they made. And you make sure that you do use your intuition and your own discernment. Okay, it's kind of like take their mistakes and use that as an example of what not to do. Okay, learn through other people's mistakes. I'm always saying that. Right, so let's pull some wonderful words of wisdom from the shitty deck. If you're allergic to swearing, then you just don't have to listen. Okay, what else for our collective? Okay. If you can speak 3 languages, profanity, sarcasm, and real shit, then you can literally talk to anyone. I think that's my favourite card out of that deck. And if you want to soar and climb that mountain and run faster than you have ever ran, then you need to get rid of all the shit that weighs you down. So you're being told to travel light. Okay. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. Please remember to like the video and consider subscribing to my channel as well. It's all for free, and it would definitely help me out. Thank you so very much as well to everybody who has already been active and supportive of my channel. I definitely appreciate every single one of yous. My website for personal readings is phoenixkeiatarot.com, and of course all of the information that you need about my website, my Patreon, my YouTube channels, of which I've got a couple now. Any information about any of that, it's all going to be in my pinned comment and in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.